Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today we're going to show you how to use the Kodak Ektar RF. And this is a limited edition which comes with a 50, 1.2, but that's a different topic. The Kodak RF stands for basically rangefinder. This is a rangefinder camera which has a viewing window here and the rangefinder patch window here. And then this is for the frame lines to illuminate. It's basically like a M mount camera, so it uses lenses like this, like a Sumilux that we have here, the Ektar RF5 lens here, and some others too. But basically it's very simple. The only thing you need to know about the Konica is that it's electronically controlled. So this camera will never work if there's no batteries or there's electronic failure. But once that is said, it also has some features that the more mechanical M's don't have. So let's start with what do we have on the body and the functions. So here we have a button for the release of the lens cap or the lenses. You can see the grayer, light gray shutter blades, which basically are where the light will hit and the light meter meters from. There's a little eye there. So basically it's centered on the 2/3 that are in the middle, basically, or 2/4 that are in the middle. On the top and on the bottom, there's not really reading the image, but that's the button for that. So we can put this back on. This is for frame line selection. So you can actually preview what lens you might want to be using, similar as the Leica M bodies. Strap lugs on the sides. Then we have a little red, probably indicator for a self timer. Then it has a shutter release screw. So for your cable release. It has the open door for loading film, and we'll load film later. R for rewind, which you press and it rewinds automatically because it's motor driven. On the top, we have the LCD that shows us the amount of shots that we've taken and the battery level. A hot shoe, in this case, indicated with a special edition number. Focal plane basically is here where the film would be going if you're shooting macro or something like that. You could meter. You're not going to be shooting macro with a camera like this. Then we have this wheel. It gives us the plus minus exposure compensation. So if you're shooting on aperture priority, but it's backlit, you can always give it +1. If it's the other way around, you can give it -1, so on, so on. Also can be used to push film 2 stops. So you can keep like ISO 400 and do -2 stops. That would be pushing your film. And if you're doing +2 stops, overexposing your film or pulling your film. Then we have the on-off switch here. As you can see, that was now on. Off. Then this is S for single shot, C for continuous shot, and self-timer for what we talked about, the little self-timer LED indicator there, or completely off. As it's a battery run camera, do remember to turn it off. If not, you'll drain your batteries. It uses 2 CR2 batteries, so not the most common battery you will find everywhere at any time, so carry spares. And then it has the shutter speed function. It has AE, which is aperture priority to the aperture, so you set the aperture on your lens and it shoots as it wants. As you move your camera, it calculates that and shoots accordingly. Or it has AEL, which is auto exposure or aperture priority lock. So it means you can point somewhere, lock it with half a press, recompose, and shoot. That is very convenient if you have a very contrasty scene and you want the light to be metered exactly in a certain space. Then we have manual shutter speeds that we can choose from. You have to press the button to change from the A modes. So 1/4000. That's double the speed of the fastest size icon, which is 1/2000, and 1/2000, and it's 1000 is the max speed on the M cameras, the film cameras. So as you can see here, we've gone from 1/2000 to 1/4000. If I put an M body, you would see 1/1000 as the max shutter speed. So that goes all the way down to 125 is probably the sync for flash, which I guess because of the shutter speed, focal plane shutter is the speed. And then you can go down all the way to bulb. So you can basically shoot it. It probably does one click, but I haven't used this on bulb. Then you have the viewfinder window here, which has a big viewfinder with a rubber seal, which is good for glasses. Has your little frame film little pop-up window or preview window or reminder for what film you have in the camera. On this side we have nothing. On the bottom we have tripod mount, battery cover, and basically just made in Japan. And that's basically all there is to the anatomy of the camera without us opening it or mounting a camera. Let's go into how to use it. First of all, we're going to grab and put a battery. So go to the bottom, go to the battery cover. This has very fine threads, so just be careful when it doesn't want to go in. Don't force it, or you'll, basically break the threads and then have to change pretty much the whole body. Positive goes down, so like that. The flat end is negative, so push it down. Then we push this in. And what I usually do for battery covers is I kind of go counterclockwise and then I start doing clockwise. And that way I usually don't break the threads. Like I said, very thin threads, kind of dangerous. So that is now on with batteries. So as you can see, now we have these little indicators that say something's going on. If I turn it on, it shows battery full power, 0 exposures because there's no film. Let's start with putting on a lens. So turn it back off, grab the front. Like I said, press the button, turn counterclockwise, grab your lens of choice. In this case, we're going to go with a Konica one and take off the lens cap. And then we have to align the red button to the red button here. So red and red, put it together. And now clockwise till we hear that click. Now this is a monstrous lens. It's really big because it's a 51.2. So a lot of light, a lot of glass. But that's how you put on your lens. And like I said, you can change the frame lines by moving this, but that just changes the frame lines inside the viewfinder, nothing else. As you can see, the lens operates very simple. You have focus here, which let me put it on the right way. So you have focus here that goes from 0.9. Usually most lenses have 0.7 for Leica. So for example, this one has 0.7 or 3 feet. Or maybe it's 1 meter, but I think it's 0.7 on this one. But most of the Leica lenses are 0.7. This one's 0.9. And then it goes all the way to infinity. And then the apertures go here in half stops in this case with this lens from 1.2. And let's check that like that. Let's make it look semi-nice. And then we can just basically stop down the lens. And you can see how we see the shutter blades stopping down. This camera basically, it has a metal shutter, so you have no problem with sun hitting the lens and burning the shutter like on the M bodies, which are cloth. So don't worry about that in this case. Another thing you've noticed is there's no advance lever. This is automatic. So the moment I take a picture, it just does it on its own. Shoots and advances, kind of like the X-Band. So once the camera is now with a lens, it's ready to shoot. All it needs is a film. So let's open the back. Let's grab here the back, and you have to pull it up and then twist it to the open. It comes open. We have basically where the film goes. The film goes all the way to the other side. We're going to grab a roll of Color Plus just because, and we're going to put it in there. So grab your 35mm film. Obviously you can shoot slide film, black and white film, or color negative. This is color negative. So we put a roll of film, and this camera detects the film with IR, so infrared beam. If you are shooting infrared film, please either cover that or just don't shoot it. I have never done that, so I can't tell you. So let's grab the film, pull it a little bit, and it says here film tip. So let's just go a little beyond that line. So there. Now we should close it, and when we close it, it should start winding. Or maybe it needs to be turned on. You hear there? Now we're in frame number 1. So all we have to do now to shoot with this camera, let's get some stuff out of the way, is point at whatever subject, press the button. Oh, we're in bulb, so let's go to maybe 500th. Go there, take a picture. We're in picture number 2. Then we could go for overexposure, take a picture, and we've overexposed. The ISO, which I haven't mentioned, is this little dial here. What you have to do is lift this crown and twist. So as you can see there, Color Plus is 200. We could have it there, and that is now set to 200. And now we could point at our subject and shoot. All you have to do is focus. Focusing is a rangefinder. So how does a rangefinder work? Basically through here, you will see two windows or like one center patch, and there should be like a second ghost image. When those two images align and you see only one like sharp image, that means you're focused. It's a little hard to do when you're shooting fast, but if you understand hyperfocal, you can use the hyperfocal lines on the lens to understand. That would mean, for example, f16, we could be shooting somewhere there, and this would be from 2 meters to 5 meters, everything would be focused, so we don't have to be so precise where they're focusing. If you are in the A mode, it will show you the shutter speed on the left of the screen. If you are on the speed mode, it will actually show you like blinking the speed you should be at. In this case, I'm at 1/1000 because I'm f16, 200 speed, it's blinking 1/4. So just bear in mind, that's what it means. If we want to shoot continuous because we're like shooting street or shooting something fast and we want to take more than one picture every now and then, we can put it here into C. It does 2.5 shots per second. So if I press it, you can hear how it goes. And if we want to do self-timer, we put it at self-timer, press it. And like I said, that little red beam is now showing you that it's ready. And it's going to take a picture. There we go. And we were f16, so we took a selfie. So that's basically all you need to know about the operation. Once you finish your roll, it should rewind on its own. But if it doesn't and you want to rewind before, you can press the R with a little pen or a stick, and that would do it. So yeah, if you have any questions about the Konica XRF, it's an amazing camera. This one's from the store I work at, Kamerastore. I'll leave a link below if you feel like picking it up. This one's basically brand new, only has been tested in this video. But it's an amazing little camera. If you like the idea of it having 1/4000 speed because you shoot super, wide lenses like this 1.2, or you shoot like fast stock speeds and you like shooting, wide open, it's a great choice. This lens is also super nice. Actually not that huge considering it's a 51.2. Plus it's limited, which makes it kind of cool. But yeah, let us know in the comments below. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about this camera. And I'll be happy to answer those. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.